All right, here are some procrastination tips for you lazy motherfuckers out there. First of all, I highly recommend leaving your living situation and going to a dedicated workspace, whether that be a coffee shop or a co-working space. I find myself way more productive when I actually leave my home. The reason for that, I think, is twofold. First of all, you have the social pressure of being around other people. You don't want other people catching you slacking off watching YouTube videos. Second of all, it puts a time limit on your work because you don't want to be at that coffee shop all day. You want to get your work done quickly so you can get the hell out of there, go back home, and go back to doing whatever the hell it is you do in your free time. So once you're at the coffee shop, how do you actually get yourself to work? Well, you got to realize that the hardest part of working is just getting started. And humans are creatures of momentum. Once you get started and you get in that flow state, it's actually harder to stop working than it is to continue. So how do you trick your brain into starting working? What I like to do is put a time limit on my work. Say, I tell myself, I'm just gonna work for 15 minutes, that's it, and then I'll have a 5-minute break. Working on some big grand project, it can be hard to get yourself to start, but just 15 minutes, well, anybody can do that, right? And you have this 5-minute break as a reward. So by putting a short time limit on my work like that, it's much easier to get started. And once I get started, again, harder to stop working than it is to continue. And this is exactly how the Pomodoro Technique works. 25-minute intervals of work and then 5-minute intervals of break. And the exact time amounts don't really matter. It's just the concept of putting the deadline and giving yourself permission to take a break and decompress. For example, if you want to go for a run, just make your goal to put on your running shoes. Once you put your running shoes on, it's harder to not run than it is to actually run. The last tip I have is listen to your brain. Oftentimes when you're procrastinating, it's your brain telling you that something needs to change. If you repeatedly find yourself procrastinating on something, maybe it's your brain telling you that you should be directing a lot of this energy elsewhere. For example, maybe you're working a certain job when really you'd be best suited in a different career path for the long term. It's similar to how I think depression is often your brain telling you that something in your life needs to change. So listen to your brain. If you're repeatedly procrastinating, maybe there's a reason for that. Or maybe you're just a lazy motherfucker. Anyways, that's on you to decide. To summarize, hardest part is just getting started. Break your big task into something small and manageable that's easy to just do. Best of luck. Catch you in the next video. Peace.
지디카라스